Hi everyone, this is Jaini Jailin, and today is the Thanksgiving edition vlog. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I was really tired after a long push with work, and so I didn't do it, but I'm making up for it today. I wanted to start off with thanking Mike for all his great questions that you've been putting out there on the forums. Your abilities, being an Ijai, you have these unique abilities of being able to constellate all of these really insightful questions that bring out a lot more of the coach's model, and it really helps. Like, I learn a lot off of it, off of the questions you're doing, and I'm sure everybody else who's reading it is as well. So that's a really huge contribution you make, and so I wanted to thank you for that. Other thing is, we got a read request in today. We get read requests from different people. Today. And we actually just got it, so I'm kind of like reacting off of what I just got, kind of with my Jai. But this is one of those reads that we're actually we're gonna take our time in doing, because it's not that we don't know his mojo. We know that he's not what he thinks he is. But the fact that he's toxic, and obviously so, means that, we're gonna wait on that read. That's kind of our protocol with those. But anyways, these are like, I don't know, these reads like that come in of people who are disputing this and disputing that, and casting all sorts of aspersions about coach and other people on the team. Like, you don't even and you're claiming to know what you are and to have something that a model that you've put together that's way better than everybody else, but you clearly are not the mojo that you are. So everything you're saying is just utter crap, because it has no validity. You don't know your mojo. You just stop talking. Stop talking. That's it. So I was gonna talk today. Coach gave me kind of a green light to sort of. I had sort of a moment with my work, sort of some tension with my work that came up, and I was feeling really bad this morning, and I kind of took steps to try to resolve it in a way that would work out better, and I think I've done that, and actually his insights really helped me with that. But I kind of wanted to share it with you guys, because how people say, like, comedians and stuff, and actors like that, their work is a way to process their own anxieties and their own things, and they grow from it, and other people grow as they watch them doing this, and are like, they're kind of getting these insights as someone else is articulating or experiencing what they're experiencing, sort of like the things that come along with the human condition. So with my work, as I think I've mentioned before, like, it's pretty intense, and it's sort of like, one of the things about it is that it's also kind of fragmented, because 70% of my work is related to one thing and 30% is related to another. And so I was working, because I had a break from that other stuff, the stuff that I do spend the majority of my time with. So I turned over to the other things, the 30%. And I was working, I've been working really hard on that for the last couple of weeks, because I was basically developing this reporting within my company that never existed before, because information is really hard to get there, because of the way systems were put into place, and like it's not so one, the systems are not integrated, and you have to go to all these different places and different sources, different people, try to get access directly to the systems, and it's a bunch of them, so it's kind of complicated to synthesize all of the information. And there's also, you know, the garbage in, garbage out kind of effect of where the data that's in there is not reliable. So once you actually get the information, then that's only like half of the battle, because then you have to sift through what it actually means, and then there's a bunch of errors, and then you have to go and follow up with those and try to, you know, get them fixed, and so it's pretty involved. And so I've been working on that hard for the last couple of weeks, and so I finished the dashboards that were set up, and this is something that's going to be recurring. I'm trying to get it automated, so then, you know, that frees up my time. But right now it's going to be manual, and it's going to be every couple of weeks, and I still don't know how I'm going to manage that when my 70% starts kicking back in at the beginning of the year. But you know, we'll make do. So I came to the end of the push. I turned in the deliverables, and the person I turned it into, they turned around and sent it out to everyone, but they didn't let me know about it. And so it kind of went out there. Like, so what I ended up seeing is all sorts of, she came back to me with like all sorts of like questions, and other people were emailing me. So it kind of had gotten out of control. Because I wasn't included in the loop to begin with, and so now people are making all these like all these theories and like conspiracy theories and all these like complicated theories about things that could have really been explained in a very simple way from the onset, so people wouldn't start panicking. But now people are kind of in panic mode and kind of running all over the place and running amok. And so now you kind of have to herd cats and get everyone like calm down, and to like, you know, kind of get them to a place of trust and equilibrium. So this morning when I started getting all these emails rushing in, that I started like feeling really overwhelmed and like, you know, kind of really upset, you know, kind of angry at, I was like angry at her, but then like angry at myself. I was just like, you know, angry and confused, and what am I going to do now? And so I was feeling kind of, then that kind of can kind of turn into, you feel sort of overwhelmed, and so then that kind of depresses you, or like, you know, you're like, I don't even have energy anymore to do what I need to do. But then that's where your other comes in, and Coach, he has NING. He really helps me with this. So he gave me a lot of insights, and then my other was also giving me insights on what to do and how to respond to this situation. So one of the things was when I started feeling depressed and like overwhelmed, then it came like, my other came and said, no, you have to speak up. You have to voice this. Like, the reason why you're feeling powerless is because you're not articulating. That's the only way, even though that may seem like a lot of energy that you need to spend right now, that's the only way that you can, you know, like get things to be better. Like that's the way you need to go to get things to be better, and then you'll feel better from it. Things will be good. And so that's basically the path you need to go to, whether or not it ends up being resolved. Like you just have to walk that path, whether or not you're going to get the return at the end. I mean, you just have to trust that you'll get a return just because of the fact that you acted on things, you know. So then I, you know, started like formulating what am I gonna send? What are the emails, like calls, and take care of it. And so I did that this morning, and I got things under control for now until I get back on Monday and put some stuff together to show people and talk to people, and so they can wrap their heads around the information and feel more comfortable with it, and then we'll have more of a smooth sailing going forward. But I guess it's that things like this always show me like how invaluable your connection with your spirits are, because like those other, those other voices in your head, that come in like when you're feeling down or something, something's not going right, and they're like, they tell you get your butt off of bed, out of bed, like they can be, those are really invaluable connections that you have. And so, you should always like honor them. And anyone who thinks that, oh, that's just like crazy talk, or that's just so like, yeah, that's just weak or silly, or like to have voices in your head and you actually talk to them and listen to them. Like no, you're weak, and you don't know what's going on, and you're shutting off your connections with your spirits. You're leaving yourself in a very, very like small, disconnected, lost state, and that shows in the reflection of the majority of the world nowadays, and so that needs to change. People, but it'll only change through understanding. And so, for my part, I'll do anything that I can to help. To help that learning process, because that's what needs to happen. So that's the way I'm gonna go. So that was it for today, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. Bye. Happy Podler Thanksgiving.